Welcome to MRU E-Learning, powered by Malla Reddy University. I'm Charles Danny, Manager of Simulation and Skills Lab, School of Applied Science, Malla Reddy University. Today we are here to talk about how simulation is helping our students learning in a new way. The traditional way has been effective for more than 100 years, but simulation came here and changed the perspective of the learning and altogether. As you can see my presentation, the VR has been used as a simulation software to complex learning things into perspective. So because we are human beings, so in 2009, a company named Millennium Project determined that there are 15 global challenges that humanity should be looking after that. One of them are healthcare and education, but what caught my eye is there are more to it. One of them is global foresight and decision-making skills. So these are all declining in a lot of areas. That's one thing that we need to address it as quickly as possible, because bringing all the mannequins and bringing all the experts in simulation is not only the solution. This solution should increase the global foresight and decision-making skills. And now the question is, why simulation? Simulation bridges the practice between theory and practicals. Okay, it's a very safer way to learn. Nobody is hurt. Human beings are not used as a platform to trial and error. So those things are addressed here. And it allows repetition and mastery of the skills again and again and again. It provides teamwork and communication skills, non-technical skills, and we provide feedback and debriefing, which says volumes of it. And one of the robust tools that we use in our simulation lab is advocacy and inquiry. It's just the perspective of the facilitator in how things happened has been addressed. Instead of just not saying that you have committed this mistake, but we do it in a different manner. Like, I noticed the team did a defibrillation by 30 seconds. Can you walk me through your thinking in that moment? So these kind of things earns respect from the students, and students kind of want to know, and they kind of develop in a way to give the answer in a way that simulation helps the learning process. The next one is debriefing. This is the heart of learning. A lot of people think that having a mannequin and running a scenario can enhance learning. Actually, the data in research says no. The debriefing which happens afterwards in any method like models of Gibbs pearls or whatever it is, the magic happens when there are problems. For example, why you did commit this mistake is just going to tell you why you committed that mistake. But what is this telling us? Tells you a different perspective, which we'll have to find out why the student committed the mistakes in the first place. So debriefing is the heart of learning, which helps us through a lot of things. Next one is the art of asking questions. We are in an environment, in a generation where we need to ask smart questions, very intelligent questions. So the questions should always look at how he can improve, how she can do it better next time. So those are the type of questions which are called open-ended questions, and they allow perspective from the student's point of view, which we can use it to enhance their learning process. False positive versus false negative. False positive is one that happens everywhere. People tend to do mistakes which they can learn from it. False negative is when students are nervous and commit errors. So to avoid false negatives and to prevent false positives, we can use simulation where immediate debriefing calms the nerves down and actually finds out whether the student has actually learned something or not. So immediate feedback can help us find out all this, avoid false positives and false negatives. Skills acquisition and independent skills acquisition and interdisciplinary training can be swept together in one stitch. So these are all companies like American Art Association, organizations like American Art Association keep on implying on debriefing skills and simulation as a way of learning, proves improved patient outcomes, improved knowledge retention, and when they actually go and touch a real patient, they are less anxious and less limited to commit mistakes. So the future, we are already in the future when it comes to Malla Reddy University. Our management has been supportive. When we asked for VR, they actually gave us VR. We are using it to anesthesia simulation in operation theater, which it creates a real life scenario where they can do it. And the ventilator simulators, which are quite difficult to come in India, has been imported and given it to us so that we can focus on all critical concepts and emergencies, which we can actually learn everything before going and touching the real patient. So that's one thing. So to my conclusion, simulation is not replacing, it is actually enhancing. And when I say simulation, it's more doing, reflecting, and improving, and with which we have more safer patients and we address global changes and real world complexity. Thank you very much.